Hey, it is Bill Gross, and welcome to our EXP Realty National Mastermind Group. So I teach 11 different ways to get a sale on probate. I do one every week. And today we're going to talk about number 8, which is living trust, consumer referrals. Next week, number 9, we'll talk about how to use living trust to get attorney referrals. But this week, we're going to focus specifically on consumer referrals. And I broke it out that way because I do think both of these require specific attention. I believe this is the best way for people who are experienced agents making a living but wanting to increase their business. To me, this one and next week are the most valuable for them to increase their business. If you already know how to list a property, you know how to sell a house, you've already done 8 or 10 a year, but you can't get to 15 or 20, I believe these are the tools that will help you get there. So number 1 is the resource. So you want to have a resource that you can send to your consumers about the importance of living trusts. You want to be a resource where your clients create value by knowing you and working with you. And one of them is, at least in my experience, almost everybody's better off having the property held in a living trust than holding it personally. That's so true in California. Once you get over, $300,000-$400,000, the probate gets very expensive. And the living trust is very inexpensive. So unless there's complications, 95% of people should have a living trust. So you need to just find a resource that you like that explains that for your clients. And that should be state specific, depending on where your clients are. And it should also be a flavor that's consistent with you. Meaning the person doing the video could be you or could be an attorney you work with. Should be a resource that can help your clients. Now, I think you need really 3 resources. You need a low cost, I call standard case. You need a medium cost that needs a little personalization. And then you want the higher value attorney who does specialized estate planning. And so really you need 3 different resources. And most of them will have a video. Some have just done a one-time video. Some are regularly doing videos and doing webinars. But you want to have those resources to be able to send to your clients to promote them to use that service. And then you want to send them the video. Now, you want to identify everybody in your database, all of your clients, all of your prospects. They're either one of 3 things. They're either, yes, they have a living trust. No, they don't have a living trust and they need one. Or 3, I don't know. Maybe blank. But you want to go through your database and identify all your clients. Now, the easiest way is obviously just change the ones you don't know to yes and leave the rest as you don't know. And then what you want to do in your normal marketing is reach out to them to find out, either via email, social media, or if you can't reach them otherwise, calling them or texting them. But you want to get through your entire consumer database and ask them that question. So here's an overview of the program, but let me go through it specifically. For those who are yeses, you want to say to them, hey, I've noticed, Joe, when I sold your house, or when we spoke last, or I did research on your listing, that you hold property in a living trust. Can I ask who did it for you and if you were happy with their service? Now, there's 3 possible answers I'll give you. One is, ours was done by Betty Boop, the attorney. We love, love, love Betty Boop. Second possibility is, it was done by Betty Boop, the attorney, and we hate her. We hate Betty Boop. And the third is, which is very rare, I don't remember, I don't know who it is. No, we were okay with them. You're really looking for the loves and hates. Why? If they love them, I lay out the task here. You compliment that. That's great. Sounds like Betty Boop's the kind of training all my clients should have. Let me ask you a question. Is it okay if I was to refer other clients like you that need these services to Betty Boop? Now, if they love them, what are they likely to say? Absolutely. Love to have you refer people to Betty Boop. Here's your number. Oh, I know Betty Boop. I know her kids, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the important step that most agents miss. We're not asking them for referrals. We're calling them to see if we can refer them business. So we call Betty Boop. Hey, Betty, I was just talking to our mutual client, Joe Smith, homeowner. And he mentioned to me that you had done their living trust and he loved you, thought you were the greatest. I'm in real estate. I talk to people all the time that need living trusts like Joe. I'm curious, and here's the key verbiage. Do you still write living trusts? Or do you still prepare a living trust? The reason you do that is some attorneys start their career doing living trusts and then stop doing them and refer them out. Living trust is kind of like first-time home buyers in real estate. You start there and then move on to more sophisticated and more higher priced business. You want to show them that respect. You also want to show them that you understand the business when you ask that question, do you still do living trust? They might say, yeah, we do a seminar every week, every month. So the next step would be, hey, Joe, I'd love to, or Betty Boop attorney, I'd love to use you as my referral source. Curious, how would be best for me to send people to you? Do you have a video? Do you do a regular webinar? Many attorneys do a webinar. Can you pop over for coffee? Yes. Hey, can I just pop by your office sometime next week and say, hi, I'm going to be in your area Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, or is 11 better for you? And that way, when you make the referral, I'm comfortable. When I make a referral, I'm comfortable having met you. And they'll be fine with that, generally speaking. Now, don't make it sound like you're sneaking in to hit them up for referrals. Don't do that. In fact, your goal is to never ask them for referrals, but to refer them living trust leads. And at some point, they're going to see the benefit of working with you. Now, there's the next level. Once you have a client who works with them, your client needs copies of the deeds to give the attorney to transfer title to the trust. That's you. So you want to follow up with your client and or the attorney so that when they need those deeds, you're providing them. And then you want to offer to do that for all their clients. So we want to put ourselves in that position to be offering those deeds to our clients and follow up after clients have met. Hey, I'm just following up. I know that you met with Joe and Mike. Did they end up finishing the living trust? Do you need some help with that? Can I help follow up with them on getting the paperwork done? You want to be a resource to help the attorney with business, not a pest and not asking referrals. Now that's all if your client loves, the attorney. If they hate the attorney, oh my gosh, we use Betty Boop the attorney. She is the worst. Ouch, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me ask you, how long has it been? You know, most attorneys tell me that you should have it reviewed every 5 years to make sure you're up to date with all the new legal challenges and problems. Have you considered having another attorney look at it and maybe rewrite it for you? And then if that's the case, take them to somebody that you refer to. So those three options. They love, they hate, and if they don't really care, there's not really much you can do. Okay? Now, that's if you call your client and they say they have a living trust. What if the client does not have a living trust? Well, then you have options to send them to either the cheapest, most cost-effective, middle, or highest value. So you might ask a question, have you thought about it? I'm just curious, are either you or your wife married and have prior kids? If it's a simple one person, two people, never married before, unless they own some sophisticated business, odds are a basic living trust is perfect for them. So wrap up. Call all your clients, people you sold houses to, people that didn't buy with you, people that didn't list with you, all your sphere. And you ask them a question. I'm curious, do you hold property in a living trust? Either you know they do or you don't know. If you know they do, I notice that you do. And then you ask for the referrals. And if they don't, ask them if they have one or not. If the answer is yes, go through the steps of the yes. And if the answer is no, say, you know, I do find that most clients really benefit by avoiding probate and having other benefits by having a living trust. Is this something you've thought about? We'd be interested in some more information on that. I work with a great attorney who does living trust cost effectively, and I'll give you good personal advice. So that's the basic step. And there's not a lot to it if you think about it, but I think there's a lot of potential there. And those of us who are experienced agents should be contacting our Center of Influence database regularly anyhow. And I would say on this topic once a quarter or so.